friends, it's Tracy and Violet from Tea Time with Tracy, and it is 8:15 in the morning, this beautiful Sunday morning. I just got out of the shower, so my hair's all wet, my face is all shiny, but that's the way it's got to be today. But I'm going to talk about a couple of books that I read a couple of weeks ago. I have quite a list of books that I want to go over, but today I'm just going to focus on this duet book, and I really, really liked it. Right, Violet? I'm coming to you from my haunted attic. Might be haunted, might not, so if you see some orbs, let me know. But I already had my morning coffee, but I got up at 6 o'clock and had my morning coffee. So I have some herbal tea here, and I meant to bring up the package. I think it's ginger and lime. And I wanted to use my little cozy. I'm still going to let this steep a little bit. But look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, talk about fancy, huh? Right from Aladdin's cave or whatever. And this beauty. I have this comes with the teapot. I have the sugar and cream and a couple of other teacups like that. Nice, nice. Golden Age. Royal Winton, Grimwades, England. The thing is Golden Age. So have your morning coffee or your champagne or your mimosa or water or whatever tickles your fancy. And we're going to go over. I meant to kind of refresh with these books. I know I really like them, and I know the gist of them, but I'm hoping this is good lighting. I don't know. I need to get situated when I finally get my reading nook done. If you follow me over on my Nova Scotia Living channel, you know I do attic adventuring. I have a big old attic, and it's a work in progress. And I love it. I love it. I have a whole bunch of VHS, a whole bunch of DVD. It's just a lounge. It's just a lounge. Some toys. Not a whole bunch of toys, but toys I wasn't ready to get rid of yet. But that's just the way it is. But what I'm going to go over today, I bought this, like I said, within the month, pretty sure. And I didn't know what they were. These, I can say right off the bat, they're paranormal romance. There's fallen angels in this. There's witches in this. There's incubus and succubus, demons, and, well, just about everything in this. The main characters in these, though, well, in Fated, the main hero is Elijah, and the heroine is Luna. So I'm going to read you the back of this book. So, Luna. I've never asked for this, I've never wanted this, but I've been forced into this life, and this life I never knew existed. How do I begin to comprehend the reality of fallen angels? I'm surrounded by my worst nightmares and greatest fears, but I'll be damned if I let them control me. You've consumed me without my permission, made a home inside my blood without my asking. Now I'm lost to you in every sense of the word, and I'm unsure if I want to find my way out. So, Elijah, I never wanted you. I could have lived my entire existence without you and been content. And now you're here, and I'm hungry to destroy you, eat you up, and taste that demonic shade in your blood. Because even if I don't want you, I can't help but crave you. Ooh. So, what I recall, this starts off with Luna. And she has a little backstory of a traumatic event when she was younger. So she's a single woman. She has a sister, but she doesn't have parents. Her sister is Stella, who's in this book. So Luna and Stella. But she has a sister. They don't live together. They're young adults. I forget how old they are, but she's living on her own. She was working at a cafe, and when she left one evening at the beginning of the book, she's apprehended. She's apprehended, and she's had some experience with that before. As far as she knows, she's just 100% human, not even thinking there's anything else in the world. Turns out these people that took her are not quite human. And there's a whole string of these women that were taken. She doesn't know any of them. Yeah, and I just have to say, this isn't like a young adult. This is not a kid's book. This is certainly 100% adult, because there's swearing, there's violence, there's gore, there's things. But when she is apprehended by these beings, as sexy as they are, not very nice people or things, she knows she's about to die. Along comes Elijah, who has a history with these people that apprehended these women. And long story short, Luna is on death's door, like 100% on death's door. If Elijah doesn't do anything, she gonna die. She gonna die. And for some reason, he has this fated attraction to this woman. And he swore to himself he would never, have a fated mate. Ever. Like 100% ever. But he has some compulsion to try to save Luna. Doesn't know her. Nothing. So a lot goes on. Not very nice stuff. But he ends up snatching her and takes her to his house, where his brother is, because his brother is like a doctor for both human and paranormal, like supernatural or whatever, angels and whatnot. Now Elijah is a fallen angel, and yeah, his brother's like, I can't. One way that you could save a human is if you bonded with them, blood bonded, which means mixing their bloods together, like my blood with a fallen angel's blood, and then they'd fix each other, kind of thing. But Elijah swore he was never ever gonna, so he's trying to convince his brother to do this. His brother can't do it. He tried it, but he couldn't do it. For some reason, he couldn't. So Elijah steps up to the plate and does it, which was the hardest thing for him to do. And he hates this woman for some reason. He loathes her because for some reason, he thinks that she put him in this position, even though she's oblivious to the whole thing, He thinks that she's sexy and attractive, and for some reason drawn to her. When she wakes up, she's completely confused and is in the same boat as him. Like, what are you doing? And then they try to explain to her they're bonded. She's denying it, complete denial. No, I'm going to go. But the thing with this book, with these characters, once you're bonded with somebody, you can't even be out of the vicinity of them for any length of time, or you start to wilt. You start to die. So she leaves, determined to get back to her life. It doesn't go so well. At all. So I'm just trying to keep it simple, giving you the Coles notes of what's going on. Oh, this pot is hot. I'm going to see if this is ready. Down the road a bit, they're back together. Now, they're not officially together. They still hate each other, but if they're not together, they're going to end up dying. So they're forced in this proximity together. So it's a forced proximity thing, if you're into that. The thing is, this book had so much sexual tension. I don't think I've seen a book with that much tension before, because Elijah already has a gal pal he canoodles with right in the same house as the person he's bonded with. So it's kind of an affair, but not really, because they're not officially together. They're just bonded. So Elijah, the prick, even though I like him, but he invites this other random girl that he's friends with to shack up with them. So there's 3 adults living in the house, only he's canoodling with his friend and not with Luna. But Elijah and Luna are so intensely attracted to each other. So he's banging, what's her name? Luna's all knowing this is going on. She hates him, but she's attracted to him. And it puts you through the ringer, because I'm just like, oh, that mother flipper. I can't believe he's doing that. But then when they go to a party, or they have a party at their house, people are coming on to her, and he has a conniption fit, because that's his bonded mate. Well, how come you can canoodle with her, but she can't canoodle with him? Back off is what I was saying to the book. Like, get to stepping. But anyways, there's a lot of tension. That's what made me really like this book, because I was just like, I can't believe the gall on this guy. I would grab some kitchen shears, for goodness sakes, Luna. But then again, she doesn't want to admit to him that she is attracted. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's dark, it's delicious, and it all comes out in the wash, sort of thing. But this is a duet book series. Well, yeah, duet. So that's all I'll say about this, but there is some danger. There's actually quite a bit of danger in this, like a whole other element. I should say Luna and Stella both find out they're not 100% human. They have a little splice of something else. So they are automatically thrown into this world of the supernatural, of the underworld, or whatever. Let's see if I burn my face off. Oh, this is good. I've never had this kind. My friend sent this to me. This is almost like, well, I don't want to say neocitrin. It's kind of like neocitrin, like that lemon lime flavor that goes right through your senses. That's delicious. I'm digging that for sure. Anyways, I was pleasantly surprised by this. And they're not small books, but they're not huge books. And I gobbled these up. This is 300 and some pages, but it's worth the read, I thought. I have never read anything by Liza James, but I really enjoyed it. Now, Descent has to do with Elijah's brother, what's his name, Nathaniel, and Luna's sister, Stella. Now, they meet each other in this book. They're not, you can feel a little connection in this book, but not full blown. It doesn't get into it at all. It does in this one. So let me see. Let me read the back. So Stella. I become something unrecognizable. My body and mind are split with demands that terrify me. I know the only person who can help satisfy the hunger is the one person I want to kill, Danner. But I have my own theories, my own intuition that implies someone else can feed me like no other. I'm drawn to him like a spark to a flame. He ignites my spirit, but amplifies the excruciating appetites because he won't give in, and now I'm left haunting nightmares of temptation. Hungry, reckless, wild, I'm losing myself to the darkness, but I think I like the destruction. So Nathaniel, she's a thorn in my side, that one. The ever-present pain that agonizes my thoughts and fuels my anger. She awakens my corruption, stirring my need to dominate and ruin her. She doesn't know what I am. She doesn't understand what I'd be able to do. But she can never know. I made a deal with the devil a long time ago, and there's no going back. And when he says devil, he means the devil. Yes, he did. So, yeah. Okay. So when Stella and Luna found out their blood isn't pure human blood, there's another element and they're different from one another. Stella is part human. I should say Luna is part demon and part human. Stella is part human and part succubus. If you know what a succubus is, I'm not sure. But it's kind of a branch off of demon. They thrive on sexual energy coming into them. An incubus puts the energy out. Anyways, Stella doesn't understand what she is. She doesn't know what she is. And in her regular human life, she was one of those extremely organized people, like live in a square box, organized kind of person, right on top of everything. I don't want to say busybody, but just one of those kind of people. She's developing into kind of a, I don't want to say floozy or a woman of the night. She's not, but she has these uncontrollable urges. She's a succubus. She doesn't know this. She craves and she feels horrible about it because this is totally not her. Craves. Now, Nathaniel, that mother, he had made a deal with the devil hundreds of years ago. Because when his brother Elijah and somebody else fell from heaven, he swore he would always be with Elijah. Now, Nathaniel was so important before he fell, they were going to forgive his issue of why they would have fallen. Elijah and this other person were still going to fall, but heaven or whatever wanted to still keep Nathaniel. But Nathaniel wanted to stay with his brother. So he made a deal with the devil himself so he could fall. And he got his blood tainted. So he wouldn't be able to stay in heaven. He could be with his brother. Nobody knows this, but he knows what Stella is. And he's refusing to help. He doesn't tell anybody what he is. He doesn't tell anybody how. The Danner she is referring to, that Stella's referring to, he makes an appearance in the first book too. He's a son of a gun if he ever did meet one. He disguised himself as Stella's boyfriend in the beginning, like the first book, not knowing, like she didn't know what he was or anything. He was just this great big tall guy, and they had wonderful connection, if you know what I'm saying. Physical connection. Anyways, he's not so nice. No, he's not. So her body, her succubus element, once they get latched onto somebody, that's all they crave and that's what they need. She needs Danner, even though he's the worst person in the world and they're out to get him. So he haunts her and torments her. And Nathaniel, that son of a gun, knows this and hurts for her and feels bad for her, but there's a whole thing that goes along with this. It's hard to explain without giving the story away. I'm saying, but I do have to say, in Descent, when Stella finds out what she's part of, like the succubus element, although Nathaniel could help her, nobody knows this, they end up getting her an incubus that works. Like, the guys know this incubus, and he sounds sexy as all get out, to help train her so she can control herself, because right now she's a complete mess. And this guy isn't trying to go and have sex with her or anything like that. He's just trying to get her to learn, for her to learn how to control herself and the powers that she wields, and how to block people out, how to get energy elsewhere. But there's a scene in this book. Whoo, Nelly. Oh, I forget what his name is. I'm sure he's going to have a book. Like, this book ends off with kind of a... not a cliffhanger, but Leon. Leon's his name. They're trying to push, or he's trying to push Stella to the brink, like, of her, like, have a complete breakdown. It just pushes her to a whole nother level. But she doesn't know he's doing this. And Nathaniel's in the room. So Leon calls Nathaniel over, and she's like in a man-beast sandwich. Leon's here, Nathaniel's here, and they're rubbing up on her. And she's going insane. And oh my goodness. But Nathaniel is still in denial to everybody that he's not attracted to her. So he's just doing this as a favor to Leon to try to push her limits. Oh my goodness. Spicy. They don't actually, but just that kind of intense feeling. Wow, that was memorable for me. I've read a lot of steamy books. That scene in this was memorable for me. So anyways, I don't know if that's a very good review. I just wanted to talk about it. And I do plan on reading another one that comes out. I tried to look, but I'm assuming the next book will be for Leon, and Esme is another lady in here. So it was well worth the read. It was a pleasant surprise. Oh, I really enjoy this tea. I love when I find books that I don't really know that much about, and I can't remember if this was recommended or not. I think it might have been, but I don't see this recommended a whole lot. But yeah, it's certainly dark. It's not just your regular old run-of-the-mill paranormal romance. There is some dark elements in this. There's killing in this. There's explicit scenes. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I just thought I'll start off with that duo. I'll do another one probably tomorrow because I'm really enjoying this. Violet's over there laying on the floor. And I wanted to get up to my attic before it gets too stinking hot up here again today. So, yeah. Anyways, I think I'm just going to end my videos like I do my other channel because I just can't seem to wrap my mind around ending another way because I love you guys and I connect with you guys, and yeah, so I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, all right, guys. Well, with that, I guess I'm just going to say have a good night or have a good morning, and I might see you tomorrow. Bye. Bloop.